This is the BBC.
You're listening to Monday's episode of The Archers from BBC Radio 4.
And we are truly sorry that you had to find out the way you did.
Yeah, that's very good.
Being able to stay at Grange Farm has kept our family from going under. Words cannot express how sincerely grateful we are to you and to Caroline, who we miss very much. And I've signed it, but then underneath I've written on behalf of the Grundy family.
Yeah, that's great, Mum.
Is it all right?
Yeah, it's a really good letter.
I must have torn it up and rewritten it a dozen times.
Do you want me to drop it round the stables?
No, you best get off to work. I'll do it later.
I'm glad you were here to do that.
Oh, it's not difficult.
You do it every day. I'd probably have accelerated backwards and demolished the trailer.
Yeah, I remember what you did to the no-till drill.
I'm trying very hard to forget that.
Sorry.
Well, at least the weather is being kind.
Yeah, it's glorious, isn't it? Look, thank you so much, Alice, for putting this my way.
Oh, glad you could come to the rescue. Adam was at his wit's end. Every spare tractor driver in the county is already out on harvest duty.
And I gather my scabby brother let him down?
Afraid so.
Oh, as usual. But for once, I'm grateful to him. And it's a perfect summer day for bringing in the grain harvest.
Right, that's the trailer attached. Now, apparently we have to tip the grain in the old beef shed.
Yes, I remember.
Yeah, because the dryer can't cope with the volume of grain coming in. Although you wouldn't think it would need much drying in this weather, would you?
Oh, it's been a lovely weekend. Oh, how did the cricket go yesterday?
We smashed it.
Oh, good. Who were we playing?
Netherbourne, who weren't bad, actually. But our team, well, everyone's really got behind Harrison now. Even Will. And it's finally starting to pay off.
And did our women shine?
Anisha did. She took 3 wickets.
Oh, wow.
Oh, talking of Anisha, she's obviously taken my advice.
What advice?
Her and Rex. I told her last week she should get on with it, and she obviously has. I mean, you can tell, can't you, when people have just rolled out of bed together. So obvious.
I really wouldn't have thought she was Rex's type.
Well, he clearly thinks she is. Had some difficulty keeping his hands off her. Oh, and apparently in the changing room. You know they've only got this flimsy partition dividing the men from the women. Well, Chris said they could hear Tracy Horrobin giving Anisha the 3rd degree about how Rex was in the sack.
Oh, no. Oh, poor Rex. Anyway, I'd better get out to the field, hadn't I?
Oh, see you later.
Lilian, to what do I owe the pleasure?
Pleasure has nothing to do with it.
Does your Mr. Elliot know you're here?
He's in London today.
And while the cat's away, eh?
Are you all right? You look terrible.
Yeah, I've been pining for you, haven't I, Pusscat?
Seriously?
I'm perfectly serious.
Come on, Matt. You look as though you haven't slept for a week.
Yeah, well, got a lot on my mind, haven't I? You know your precious fiancé scuppered my investors meeting last week.
Yes?
I don't know what he told his mates, but they stayed away in their droves.
I heard about that.
Oh, he fessed up, did he?
You do understand why he did it, don't you?
All I understand, Lilian, is he's thrown an almighty spanner in the works and I'm considerably out of favour with Hugo Melly.
Well, it's your own fault. You would go and stick your oar into that deal he had with Tony.
Well, all I did was offer a little friendly advice to your nephew. Not my fault he made a pig's ear of things.
And then there was the puppy.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, where is my little Ruby? What have you done with her?
She's not your little Ruby. I've left her with Jenny. She's not exactly house-trained yet, and I don't think they'd thank me for letting her loose on Grey Gables soft furnishing.
So, messing with my investors' day was revenge for me buying you a birthday present?
And then there was your comment on the planning application for the pig unit.
Oh, he's not holding that against me, surely.
You did it to annoy him, didn't you?
Excuse me, planning applications are published online so that members of the public can have their say.
Oh, don't play the innocent with me.
I'm a member of the public, aren't I?
It was a deliberate provocation and you know it, and the result is that Justin is going to make damn sure you lose your job.
Is Oliver home?
Oh, afraid not, Clarrie. He borrowed one of the horses and went out for a hack.
Oh. Well, that might be a good thing. Not sure I'm quite ready to face him. You heard what happened on Friday when he come round Grange Farm?
I know he was rather badly upset.
Oh, it was awful, Shula. But we've written him this letter, see? To say how sorry we all are. Could you give it to him, do you think?
Oh, yes, of course.
Oliver didn't know about the B&B, see? Eddie lied to me. He lied to us all. Said he'd asked permission and he hadn't. I mean, I had my suspicions, but, you know, I put them to the back of my mind. We're all to blame.
Oh, Clarrie.
So Oliver had every right to, you know... Anyway, how are things coming along for the memorial?
Well, we're getting there. You know where you are with church funerals, but
Oh,
this...
so it's not going to be in the church?
No, Caroline wasn't at all religious, but Alan's still going to conduct the ceremony.
They're back from their holiday, are they, him and Usha?
Yes, they were only away for a few days down in Cornwall. So the memorial's going to be at Grey Gables, which is not ideal, but...
Isn't it?
Well, it's got a rather corporate feel to it. Oh, I'm sure it'll be fine once we've done the flowers and everything.
Grange Farm would be better, wouldn't it?
Well, yes, but that's not practical, is it, with all of you living there?
But would Oliver like it, do you think?
I'm sure he would.
Maybe that's what he wanted to ask when he come round.
But I really don't see how you could possibly...
Yeah, but if we could, he'd forgive us then, wouldn't he? For last week.
Oh, I'm sure he's forgiven you already.
We could have it in the garden. With the weather like it is, if we tidy it up, we could borrow the chairs from the village hall.
It would be lovely.
Right then, that's what we'll do.
Are you sure, Clarrie?
Absolutely.
It's a heck of a lot of work.
If it's what Oliver would like.
All right. I'll ask him as soon as he gets back.
Why, Matt? Why do you keep on doing this? Kicking the hornet's nest when you know perfectly well you're the one who's going to get stung.
Habit of a lifetime, Lilian, you should know.
But you're out of your league with Justin.
Yeah, so you keep telling me.
He's made up his mind that you're going to lose your job.
If I haven't lost it already.
And he will make sure it happens.
So, that's it then.
I just don't understand you. Why do you persist in making trouble for yourself? Just when you're starting to get your life back on track.
I do it for you.
Come on.
No, I mean it. I just can't deal with it. Seeing you with him. Reminds me of what we used to have.
Oh, then. Sooner you finish your business here and get out, the better.
I know there's not a cat in hell's chance if you ever take me back, but honestly, Pusscat, you are way too good for Justin Elliot.
How can you... Look, you know nothing about... I shouldn't even be here. Justin would be furious if he knew, but I came to do you a favour, to warn you where your troublemaking is leading.
Well, thanks very much.
And to advise you to apologise.
Sorry?
To Justin. It's your only hope.
And these look like smoked salmon and cream cheese.
Oh, wow, your mum lays on a very superior lunch.
Help yourself.
Well, this is when you remember why you love being a farmer.
It's not all sitting in the sunshine eating smoked salmon sandwiches.
No, it's not just the lunch. Look, I've so enjoyed this morning. Window down in the tractor cab, and there's a gentle breeze blowing through and bringing in the harvest.
It beats sitting behind a desk.
Yeah, and it gives me an excuse not to join Gran's protest tomorrow.
What's she protesting about? Oh, well, don't tell me this housing development at Grange Farm.
No, not that, although she's pretty unhappy about it.
Oh, what then?
Well, this new restaurant that's opening in Borchester.
Oh, yeah, of course. My dad was going on about that yesterday. How your Gran's been giving him a hard time.
Well, unfortunately, it's on the site where they had the Happy Friends Cafe, which she just got involved with.
But that was just a pop-up, wasn't it? I was always going to have to move on.
Well, it's the principle of the thing, though, isn't it? I mean, Happy Friends is all about not wasting food and making nutritious meals out of what the supermarkets chuck out.
Yeah,
And this new restaurant is going to be serving foie gras and caviar to rich people who already have half a dozen gourmet restaurants to choose from and throwing away most of every vegetable they serve, according to Gran.
Isn't it that woman who runs La Femme du Monde?
Yeah, Miriam Duxford. Yeah,
her sister.
Oh, that's another thing.
Chris took me there for my birthday. It was utterly divine.
No, according to Ian, Lulu Duxford is a bully. She's really horrible to her kitchen staff.
Really?
Yes, so Ian says, and he should know.
Right. I can never understand why anyone wants to be a chef. The pay's lousy and the hours are appalling.
And you never get to see daylight.
But I guess when you get to the top, when you're like Lulu Duxford, the rewards must be pretty good.
Well, anyway, My gran thinks it's massively unfair that they're turfing out a charitable enterprise.
Oh, they're not turfing anyone out.
No, I know, but well, you can see the irony between people who can't afford to feed their families and so much good food just going to waste. And it's the waste they're protesting about.
So your gran is going to be sitting down in the road, is she, singing "We Shall Overcome"?
Yeah, something like that.
Well, good luck to her. Poor Chester won't know what's hit it.
So I was up there moving the cattle, and this rider comes by. It turns out it's Oliver.
Oh, Edward, what did he say?
Well, he started asking me all these questions about the herbal lays. You know, how many cattle, how often do we move them, all that sort of stuff.
Had he got my letter?
No, I don't think so. It was quite early this morning, but I did say, you know, how sorry we were about what happened on Friday. And he started apologising to me. It's a bit embarrassing, really.
What's he got to apologise for?
For losing his temper.
Oh, bless him, he had every right.
And then he started going on about how kind folks were and how many people had called round over the weekend. And he said, I know I should be comforted, but he obviously wasn't.
Oh, dear.
He just looked shattered, Mum.
Poor man.
I reckon that's why he was out on the horse. And get away from all the well-meaning people.
It's all got a bit much for him. Can't say I'm surprised.
So I just talked to him about work. You know, about the contracting, about the textiles and, you know, just everyday stuff. He seemed really interested, asking all sorts of questions.
It's his way of coping, I suppose.
Hello? Anyone home?
Oh, hello, Shula. Come on in.
Oh, the door was open.
Good afternoon.
Oh, hi, Ed. I'm glad I've caught you both. I just wanted to tell you that Oliver's read your letter, which he said was very gracious.
Oh, thank goodness.
And he was absolutely delighted by your offer to hold Caroline's memorial here.
Here?
He said of all the places in Ambridge, Grange Farm's where he would choose. And Ian would love to do the catering, if that's okay with you.
Well, we can't have it here.
Yes, we can.
But it's on Thursday.
So, we've got 2 whole days to get everything sorted. All the furniture back where it was when we first moved in. And the garden, well, flower beds need tidying. And the grass needs cutting. This place is going to be perfect, Edward. We'll all work together.
Thank you.
We owe it to Oliver. And Caroline.
This is the BBC.
You can follow the Archers on Facebook and Twitter. Find out how at bbc.co.uk/Archers.